Yeah, we back with another interesting video. Now, this is a topic that I've been meaning to cover for a while, and it's a topic that I get very emotional about, and it's a topic that many people don't really know about. So let's not waste no time. Let's jump right into it. We're going to talk about the U.S. occupation and invasion of Haiti in 1915. Now, before we jump straight into the invasion in 1915, we got to set the stage to understand the diplomatic and political relations between the two countries. Now, in case you didn't know, during the American Revolution, the French government had sent assistance to the American colonists in North America fighting against the British. As you know, the rivalry between the French and the British goes back hundreds and hundreds of years. And during the days of the American Revolution, Haiti was still a colony under the rulership of the French. And many of those soldiers that were sent over to assist the American revolutionaries, they were also black and mixed race Haitian men, most notably King Henry Christophe, who was a teenager and was active during the siege of Savannah. Yes, indeed, the King of Haiti took part in the American Revolution and then came back to Haiti and took part in the Haitian Revolution. Shout out to King Henry Christophe. Big general, big chief, big gangster. But if you don't believe me, I'll let the white boy tell you himself. Run the footage, let's go.
History records that 2 centuries ago, on the eve of your independence and during my nation's Revolutionary War, more than 500 of your ancestors came from Haiti to my country and died in the fight to bring the United States to life.
All right, we back. Now, the history between the two nations goes way back, even before Haiti got its independence. During the War of Knives, the United States provided naval support to Toussaint Louverture during his military engagement against Haitian General André Rigaud, a southern man of mixed race. Take a look up on the screen. The War of Knives was a civil war from June 1799 to July 1800 between Haitian revolutionary Toussaint Louverture, a black ex-slave who controlled the north of Haiti, and his adversary, André Rigaud, a mixed-race person of color who controlled the south. Louverture and Rigaud fought over de facto control over the French colony of Saint-Domingue during the war. Their conflict followed the withdrawal of British troops from the colony earlier during the Haitian Revolution. The war resulted in Toussaint taking control of the entirety of Saint-Domingue and Rigaud fleeing into exile. And as you can see, the belligerents, pro-Toussaint forces with support from the United States against pro-Rigaud forces, and the commanders and leaders on both sides, Toussaint, Christophe, Dessalines, against Rigaud and Pichon. Strength. Nigga, the black men was damn near 50,000 deep. Nigga, 50,000 deep. Now you may ask, why did the United States provide support to the black men and not even the mixed race men? Why? Because the mixed race men were Eurocentric in nature. They were aligned with their French fathers. And as you know, during that time, in the early 1800s to late 1700s, the Americans and the French weren't really on the best of terms. And that's usually how it's been with the Americans and the French. They go back and forth. Sometimes they homies, sometimes they beefing, sometimes they homies, sometimes they beefing. You never really know, man. You never really know. But during this time, the Americans were beefing with the French. So they assisted Toussaint, Christophe, and Dessalines in driving out the mixed race brothers because they wanted to eradicate French influence away from the colony. Not because they wanted to really help out black men. That was not the case. That was not the case. But I also want to say, it was not a war between blacks and mulattoes. You have to understand, it was blacks and mulattoes on both sides. Like I said, Dessalines' right-hand man, Baron Tonnerre, that was a mulatto. Christophe's right-hand man, Baron de Vasti, that was a mulatto. What it really was a war of ideology. You had the side on Toussaint, Christophe, Dessalines, freedom, independence, sovereignty. You had the side of Rigaud and Pichon. They were more aligned with the French Republican ideas that were floating around at the time. They were more aligned with the French way of doing things, even if that meant maintaining slave labor on the colony. Now, let's continue. In early 1799, Toussaint also independently negotiated Toussaint's clause with the United States government, allowing American merchants to trade with Saint-Domingue despite the ongoing quasi-war between the U.S. and France. These developments significantly augmented Toussaint's power and demonstrated his emergence as a de facto independent ruler. You know what I'm saying? Black men out here doing the goddamn thing. You know what I mean? Now, let's continue. Of course, after the rebellion, after the revolution took place, I believe Thomas Jefferson came to power. And Thomas Jefferson, you know, big racist, big pedophile, big white supremacist. He was not trying to align his government with the Haitians. You know, he looked down on black men. He did not like black people. So, as you already know, the embargo was placed on the government. Now, let's fast forward to the mid to late 1800s. Take a look up on the screen. The United States had been interested in controlling Haiti in the decades following the Haitian Revolution, when the Caribbean nation won its independence from France as a way to secure a U.S. defensive and economic stake in the West Indies, according to the United States Department of State. President Andrew Johnson of the United States began the pursuit of the annexing of Hispaniola, including Haiti, in 1868. Now, I just want to pause for a minute and put an emphasis on that. They invaded and occupied the country in 1915. But they began their plans back in the 1860s. They didn't just wake up one day and just say, nigga, we taking up arms and we riding down. No, it was a long drawn out plan that was decades in the making. This is what black men need to understand. When you are going for power, power is not something that is acquired in one day, one afternoon. This is something that is decades and centuries in the making. And the same thing is happening today. You don't think the United States, Russia, the Chinese, whatever, the French, they're not mapping out their plans for the next 50 years? What's your plans for the next 50 years, black man? Let's continue. Let's fast forward to the 1890s, the Mole St. Nicholas Affair. The Mole St. Nicholas Affair was an 1891 diplomatic incident between Haiti and the United States, when in an act of gunboat diplomacy, the President of the United States, Benjamin Harrison, ordered Rear Admiral Bancroft Girardi to persuade the secession or lease of Mole St. Nicholas to the United States in order to establish a naval base for the United States Navy. Following a prolonged request for Girardi's diplomatic credentials and increased public pressure, Haiti refused the request of the United States. Now, in that last sentence, when they say increased public pressure, where the Haitian government refused the request of the United States, the reason why they refused it was because the Haitian citizens that were alive in the 1890s were not the Haitian citizens that were alive today. See, the Haitian citizens that are alive today, they don't know their history. They don't know shit about shit. So, these motherfuckers don't got no pride or nothing. These niggas are just pathetic. But the Haitian citizens that were alive in the 1890s, these were the grandchildren of the revolution. So the United States Navy trying to establish a naval base there, nigga, they would have set the whole country on fire if the government would have allowed that, bro. Nigga, what? The Haitians in the 1890s would have never allowed that shit to go down, nigga. They would have burned that naval base down to the ground and killed every American on the goddamn base, bro. I'm telling you. That's why they rejected it. The increased public pressure. The citizens would have never allowed it. Now, take a look up on the screen. You see the good brother, the ancestor, General Antoine Furman, one of my favorite ancestors. He was the Minister of Finance, Commerce, and Foreign Affairs. He was the one that told the United States government, nigga, suck my dick. Fuck out of here with your United States Navy, nigga. Fuck you, bitch ass motherfucker. Yeah, shout out to Antoine Furman. You know what I mean? Big dog, big boss, big general, big chief. That's my guy right there, man. That's my dog. Love you, Antoine. Love you, dog. Now, let's continue. Businesses from the United States had pursued the control of Haiti for years, and in 1909, the new president of the National City Bank of New York, Frank Vanderlip, began to plan the bank's takeover of Haiti's finances as part of his larger role of making the bank grow in international markets. Yes, you heard that right. This man wanted to take over Haiti's entire economy just to benefit the bank that he was in charge of in New York. Hey man, black man, I told you, everybody fighting for power. You fighting for equality, you fighting for morality, all this dumbass shit. You fighting to get into the kingdom of heaven. Everybody else fighting to be powerful, wealthy, and dominant. I don't know what the fuck you fighting for, goofy ass nigga. Anyways, let's continue. The United States occupied Haiti from 1915 to 1934. During this time, it installed puppet governments, ran the economy, military, and the police, terrorized citizens, and established economic control over Haiti that would continue after they withdrew in the 1940s. It was unpopular with both Haitians and citizens of the United States, the black citizens of the United States, the black Americans. I'll give it to them, man. The black Americans, like the media, the Chicago Defender, a lot of newspapers, yeah, they was riding for the Haitians back then. This was before the FBA bullshit you see going on today, back when, motherfuckers was really Pan-African and really, were intelligent. Niggas is on some goofy shit nowadays, but back in the day, black people actually were smart, unlike today. Anyways, as you can see, the Chicago Defender, I believe this is a black newspaper, a black-owned newspaper of the time. It says, Haiti captured by the United States government. Women and children maltreated by Marines and sailors. News not allowed to leave the island. Thousands of war babies expected. White boys running through our women. And now you hoes willingly run into their arms in the modern day. But anyways, race hatred finds outlet on Black Republic. Non-combatants shot down in cold blood. United States shows cruelty worse than Russia. News comes by Haitians risking life through American lines. During the occupation, Haiti had 3 new presidents, though the United States ruled as a military regime through martial law led by Marines and the Gendarmerie. 2 major rebellions against the occupation occurred, resulting in several thousand Haitians killed and numerous human rights violations, including torture and summary executions. Now, let me pause that. Now, these are the motherfuckers that want to go around talking about we want to spread democracy and protect human rights and we want to, help it. Nigga, fuck you. Suck my dick. Anyways, let's continue. Being perpetrated by Marines and the Gendarmerie. A corvée system of forced labor, aka slavery. Yes, the United States came back and reinstituted slavery. Slavery was back in effect under the rulership of the U.S. Marines. A corvée system of forced labor was used by the United States for infrastructure projects that resulted in hundreds to thousands of deaths. Under the occupation, most Haitians continued to live in poverty, while American personnel were well compensated. Now, take a look up on the screen. We see the good brother right here, the fly brother, Dr. Robert Bobo. Shout out to the ancestor, Dr. Robert Bobo. Let's learn about him. Let's talk about him, man. This brother right here was an influential politician, and I believe he was a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But in the early 1900s, he was a very influential politician in Haiti from the north side. I believe he was a north side boy, Cap Haitien. You know what I mean? It's just something about that north side, man. All the revolutionaries, all the rebels came from that north side, man. They were all north side boys. Toussaint, Christophe, Dessalines, Robert Bobo, Charlemagne Piggott. Bro, I don't know what's up with that north side, man. That's where the rebel blood is at. That's where the rebel energy is at. But anyways, take a look up on the screen. U.S. Admiral William Caperton was the commander of the American occupation troops in Haiti after the assassination of President Jean-Vibrant Guillaume Sam, and under orders from Washington, sought to find a suitable candidate to assume the presidency. We got to find a good puppet to do our bidding. Two names emerged, Bobo and Philippe Sud-Datignav. After interviewing both men, Caperton formed the opinion that Bobo was mentally unstable and unfit for any office. AKA, he was a black man with pride and dignity, and he wasn't gonna let no white boys come to his native country and tell him what to do. Yeah, he was gonna tell you, nigga, get the fuck out of my country, nigga, suck my dick, white boy. Fuck out of here, before I smack the fuck out you. That's why they said he was mentally unfit. And they chose Philippe Sud-Datignav because he was obedient, he was a bitch, he had no pride, and he was a puppet, and he was nigga, fuck Philippe Sud-Datignav. Let's continue. After interviewing both men, Caperton formed the opinion that Bobo was mentally unstable and unfit for any office. He informed Washington of this and was told by Assistant Secretary of the Navy, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, that the election of Datignav is preferred by the United States. After losing the election in the Haitian Senate by a vote of 94-3, Bobo first fled to Cuba, but then moved to Jamaica. He finally settled in France, where he died in 1929. They ran my boy out his own country, man. Them white boys ran my boy out his own country, man. Man, listen, bro. That's why I'll never listen to that bullshit y'all tell me about equality and morality and democracy. I'm always gonna be playing for power. I'm never gonna hear none of that shit y'all tell me about equality and democracy. That shit don't exist. It's not real. It's fake. Stop lying to me. And as you can see, take a look up on the screen. You see President Philippe Sud-Datignav surrounded by a bunch of Europeans. Look at this goofball ass nigga. Look at this ugly ass nigga. Looking dumb as hell. Anyways, let's continue. The occupation was not Washington's first instance of interference in Haiti, but it successfully consolidated its grip on the country. 6 months earlier, U.S. Marines marched on the treasury in Port-au-Prince and stole the nation's entire gold reserve. Yup, they ran down, guns drawn, ran up in the bank, stole all the gold, and took that shit back to the United States. No different than anybody running up in somebody's trap house and stealing all their work, stealing all their shit. Gangster shit, bro, gangster shit. Now, let's continue. The installation of a president without the consent of Haitians and the forced labor, aka slavery system, that was enforced upon Haitians by American forces led to opposition of the U.S. occupation began immediately after the Marines entered Haiti. Yes, nigga, as soon as them white boys touched down, nigga, we started going in, nigga. Yeah, as soon as they touched down, we started smacking them niggas up, nigga. Yeah. You already know what's up with us, nigga. You already know how we coming. Like I said, in the early 1900s, these were the grandchildren of the Haitian Revolution, bro. Their grandparents fought against the French and the Spanish and the British and all them. You think we gonna let some punk ass U.S. Marines come on our territory and we ain't gonna motherfucking take up arms and smack them niggas up? You out of your mind, bro. Now, let's continue. Opposition of the U.S. occupation began immediately after the Marines entered Haiti, creating rebel groups of Haitians who felt they were returning to slavery. The rebels, called the Cacos, strongly resisted American control of Haiti. The U.S. and Haitian governments began a vigorous campaign to destroy the rebel armies. Now, at this point, the Haitian government was in the pocket, was under control of the United States, was under the control of the United States. So that's why it says the U.S. and the Haitian government together began a vigorous campaign to destroy the rebel armies. Perhaps the best known account of this skirmishing came from Marine Major Smedley Butler, who was awarded a Medal of Honor. At one time, at least 20% of Haitians had been involved in the rebellion against the occupation, according to Africanologist Patrick Bellegarde-Smith. The strongest period of unrest culminated in a 1918 rebellion by up to 40,000 former Cacos and other members of the opposition led by Charlemagne Piggott. We're going to learn about him a little later. Yes, up to 40,000 Haitians took up arms against the U.S. Marines. Nigga, you think we're going to let some white boys come on our territory and tell us what to do? Now, today, like I said, the modern day Haitian population is pathetic. So maybe today they could probably do that. But back in the day, that wasn't going down, bro. It wasn't going down like that. Maybe in the modern day it could happen, because nowadays the modern day Haitian, the average Haitian, he's more worried about getting to the kingdom of heaven. He's not attached to the legacy and spirit of his ancestors at all. He's completely detached. The spirit of rebellion has been beaten out of him and has been replaced by the spirit of Jesus Christ. And in fact, I would go further to say the average Haitian doesn't even know anything about the U.S. occupation because it's been written out of the history books, the textbooks in school. You know what they teach? You know what they say in school? In Haitian schools, my cousins told me this. They say the U.S. occupation, they came, they brought civilization, they brought infrastructure, they came, they helped us out, they came and did charity for us, they helped us out. Meanwhile, I showed you that headline from the Chicago Defender from damn near a century ago, from over a century ago. It said, women and children maltreated by the Marines and sailors, news not allowed to leave the island, thousands of war babies expected, racial hatred finds an outlet on the island, non-combatants shot down in cold blood, the United States shows cruelty worse than Russia, but in the schools they tell us, oh man, the mighty benevolent U.S. Marines came and brought infrastructure and built railroads and paved roads and built buildings and, oh man, it brought advanced technology. Oh man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I don't even know what to say. Let's continue. The strongest period of unrest culminated in a 1918 rebellion by up to 40,000 former Cacos and other members of the opposition led by Charlemagne Piggott, a former officer of the dissolved Haitian army. As you can see, of course, when an invading force comes in, they dissolve the native army that was already there. So he was a former officer in the army that the United States Marines destroyed. The scale of the uprising overwhelmed the gendarmerie, but U.S. Marines reinforcements helped put down the revolt. For their part, the Haitians resorted to non-conventional tactics, being severely outmatched by their occupiers. Prior to his death, Piggott launched an attack on Port-au-Prince. The assassination of Piggott in 1919 solidified U.S. Marine power over the Cacos. The Second Caco War ended with the death of General Benoit Bétraville in 1920, who had commanded an assault on the Haitian capital that year. An estimated over 2,000 Cacos were killed in the fighting, as well as several dozens of American Marines and Haitian gendarmes. Rest in peace to the fallen ancestors. Always in my heart forever. Your sacrifice never goes unnoticed for me. Now, let's continue. Let's learn about General Charlemagne Piggott, the rebel leader who took up arms against the U.S. Marines, the black man who took up arms against the U.S. government. Charlemagne Piggott was a Haitian nationalist leader who opposed the United States occupation of Haiti in 1915. Leading guerrilla fighters called the Cacos, he posed such a challenge to the U.S. forces in Haiti that the occupying forces had to upgrade their presence in the country. He was eventually killed by American troops. Piggott remains a highly praised hero in Haiti. Piggott was born on the 10th of October, 1886, in the city of Hinche. His father was General Remy Messana Piggott. His sister was the second wife of President Horace Zamor. Charlemagne Piggott, he came from a powerful family. They owned a lot of land, they had a lot of money, they was in government, they was in the army, they was in the police, they was the chief of they were the commanding chiefs of certain cities. He was a powerful young brother, you know what I mean? So naturally, when some white boys from a foreign country pulled up, guns in hand, he was like, nigga, fuck out of here, nigga. I ain't submitting to you. I ain't obeying your orders. Who the fuck you think I am, nigga? This big General Charlemagne Piggott, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Grandson of the Haitian Revolution, nigga. Fuck out of my face, white boy. Go back to Arkansas, bitch. I'm sure that's the energy that Charlemagne Piggott had. You know what I mean? Shout out to the ancestor. Unfortunately, black men do not have this energy anymore in the modern day. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what happened to y'all. I still got it. Y'all niggas don't got it though. But anyways, let's continue. An officer by career, Charlemagne Piggott was the military chief of the city of Léogâne when the U.S. Marines invaded in July 1915. Refusing to surrender to foreign troops without fighting, Piggott resigned from his position and returned to his native town of Hinche to take care of his family's land. In 1917, he was arrested for a botched raid on the Hinche gendarmerie payroll and was sentenced to 5 years of slavery. They say forced labor, but let's call it what it is. He was sentenced to 5 years of slavery on his own native soil by a bunch of white boys from the United States. Let's call it what it is. Escaping his captivity, Charlemagne Piggott gathered a group of nationalist rebels and started guerrilla warfare against the U.S. troops. Big gangster, big general, big chief Charlemagne Piggott. Yeah, now let's continue. The troops led by Piggott were called the Cacos, a name that harked back to real troops that historically took part in the political turmoil of the late 19th century Haiti. The guerrilla warriors of the Cacos were such strong adversaries that the United States upgraded the U.S. Marine contingent in Haiti and even employed airplanes for counter-guerrilla warfare. His forces attacked Port-au-Prince in 1919 but were driven off. Bro, Charlemagne Piggott and his army was so powerful, was so formidable, that the U.S. government had to provide reinforcements and had to provide airplanes to shoot niggas from the sky, bro. Cause them white boys was getting smacked up on the battlefield, bro. Who the fuck you think you playing with, bro? These the grandsons of the revolution, bro. You think we playing with you? And keep in mind, during this time, I believe Charlemagne Piggott was in his late 20s, early 30s, only a few years older than me, going toe to toe, barrel to barrel, gun to gun against the U.S. Marines. Big gangster, man. Big gangster. Let's continue. After 2 years of guerrilla warfare, leading Piggott to declare a provisional government in the north of Haiti. Pause. Like I said before, it's that north side of Haiti, bro. That north side of Haiti. I don't know what's in the air. I don't know what's in the water of that north side of Haiti. But that's where the rebel energy is at. Like, you know how the Muslims got Mecca? The north side of Haiti, that's like the Mecca for black men who are rebels. And I always talk about it. This is why we gotta motherfucking get the tourism popping. We gotta build the country up, get the tourism popping, because the north side of Haiti could bring in billions of revenue. We got the Citadel, we got Christophe's Palace, we got, you know, all the battles that took place, the Battle of Vetier. Man, it was just so much legendary shit up in that north side of Haiti, bro. Anyways, let's continue. After 2 years of guerrilla warfare leading Piggott to declare a provisional government in the north side of Haiti, Charlemagne Piggott was betrayed by one of his officers, Jean-Baptiste Conze, who led disguised U.S. Marine Sergeant Herman Hannikin and Corporal William Button into the rebel camp near Gonvier du Nord. Piggott was shot in the heart at close range. Hannikin and his men then fled with Pigott's body strapped onto a mule. Could you imagine the disrespect? Charlemagne Piggott, like I said, a young brother from a powerful family, an elite class family, right? These white boys from Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi just pulled up on their ship, right? Told him that he has to give his gun back. He has to submit to the authority of the U.S. Marines. So of course he's like, nigga, fuck that. I'm gone. I'm not submitting to shit. I'm raising up an army and I'm gonna see you on the battlefield, bitch ass nigga. And then the army becomes so powerful that they end up establishing their own independent government in the north side of Haiti after fighting for 2 years against the U.S. Marines. And the only way they were able to get him is because one of his own men, one of his own brothers, led them white boys into the goddamn camp. And then they fucking took his goddamn body. Look up on the goddamn screen. They took his goddamn body, strapped it to a goddamn mule, and they fucking took a picture. This picture was taken by the U.S. Marines, and they distributed this picture all over the country to basically demoralize the population, to say, look, this your guy, this your king, this your chief, look what we did to him. Look what we did to him. And they let his body rot in the damn street for days. The disrespect. And these the people that talk about they coming to bring freedom and democracy and civilization and all this bullshit. Suck my dick. Now take a look up on the screen. To the left, you see Jean-Baptiste Conze, the person who actually betrayed Charlemagne Piggott, and right next to him is Commander Hannikin, the one who shot Charlemagne Piggott in the damn chest. I don't even know what to say, man. I don't even know what to say. You know, Jean-Baptiste Conze, his family, like they changed their last name. They changed their last name from Conze to something else because he brought so much shame to the lineage. Like that name Conze is like, that shit is like trash in Haiti, bro. Like you can't be walking around with that last name because that shit, bro, I'm telling you, bro, he brought shame to his whole bloodline, bro. Now, let's continue. In order to discourage rebel support from the Haitian population, the U.S. troops took a picture of Charlemagne Piggot's body tied to a door and distributed it in the country. However, it had the opposite effect, with the image's resemblance to a crucifixion making it an icon of the resistance and establishing Piggott as a martyr. Charlemagne Piggot's remains were unearthed after the end of the occupation in 1935. A national funeral, attended by then President of Haiti, Stéphane Vincent, was held in Cap-Haïtien, where his grave can still be seen today. And on the screen, take a look. I got a video. You'll see in the center, you'll see Charlemagne Piggott. This is a video. This is very rare footage. You see Charlemagne Piggott with the white suit. You know what I'm saying? Young fly brother, young brother having money, having power. You know, he got his legs crossed in the middle, surrounded by his team. You know, surrounded by the big dogs, surrounded by the shooters. You know, black men doing their thing, man. When black men had pride and dignity, when black men really was holding their head up high. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened to the black man, but back in the day, the black man was a real man. I don't know what happens to y'all boys, man. But anyways, take a look up on the screen. You see an article from way back. It says, killing of Haitians is admitted by U.S. officer. The indiscriminate killing and ill treatment of Haitians by native gendarmerie under the direct command of officers of the United States Marine Corps was admitted today by Major T.C. Turner before the Senate Committee investigating conditions in Haiti. Turner related how one enlisted man of the Marine Corps was accused of having 19 Haitian prisoners killed and buried by a firing squad of native gendarmerie. So, unfortunately, the gendarmerie were Haitian men who, I guess, they didn't have enough pride and dignity to join the rebel camp. You know, some of them actually submitted to U.S. authority and were carrying out orders to assassinate their own people. You know, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. They gonna have black men. They gonna have your own brothers fighting against you. That's how it's always gonna be. They gonna have your own brothers fighting against you, bro. Even in Africa, you had black African men carrying out the dirty work of the colonial power against their own brothers, man. Y'all remember I did a video where I talked about how the Ashanti had killed a African member of the Royal African Corps. Yeah, during the war between the British and the Ashanti, they killed that African service member because he was part of the Royal African Corps. He was fighting for the British Army. So they killed him. And that's what sparked off the Ashanti War with the British in that major battle where the British got smacked up by the Ashanti. And General Charles McCarthy got his head cut off. Anyways, let's get back into it. To suppress the anti-occupation movement, the United States employed the then nascent military tactic of aerial bombardment. They shoot niggas from the sky. They bombing us from the sky. Meanwhile, bro, all we got is machetes. All we got is some shotguns and some handguns and shit like that. These dudes coming through with the airplanes and bro. I'm telling you, man. Anyways, let's continue. Most of the fighting ended when rebel leader Charlemagne Piggott was killed, pinned to a door, and left on the street to rot for days at the end of 1919. The U.S. military described Piggott as the supreme bandit of Haiti. You see, bro, we describe our heroes as, legendary figures. We worship them. We praise them. You know what the white boy called our hero? A supreme bandit. That's what they call him. That's what they called him. Just like Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson called Dessalines and Christophe a bunch of savages, a bunch of cannibal savages. Meanwhile, we call Dessalines and Christophe our legendary ancestors. And this is why I say the Eurocentric narrative of history is so dangerous. It's so dangerous because look how they describe it. I told you in school, they wiped this out of the textbooks. They talk about how the occupation was actually a good thing and it was a benefit and we should be grateful. And they call Charlemagne Piggott a bandit and a criminal who should be killed. So that's why we have to tell our own stories. Because if you let the European tell their story, he's going to tell you some garbage. He's going to tell you some bullshit that's going to have your head fucked up and have you hating your own people. Have you hating yourself? Have you hating your own ancestry? Have you hating your culture? Have you hating your history? I'm telling you. It should be classified as child abuse to teach black children the Eurocentric narrative of history. You should be sentenced to 1 year of prison if you teach black children the Eurocentric narrative of history because you're abusing them. You're messing up their mind, and you're going to make them hate themselves. Now, let's read a news article from August 15th, 1920, describing the occupation. The American invasion of Haiti is additional evidence that the United States is among those powers in whose international dealings of democracy and freedom are mere words. Years of violence in the Negro Republic of the Caribbean without sanction of international law or any law other than force is now succeeded by an era in which the military authorities are attempting to hush up what has been done. Haitian men, women, and children, innocent of any offense, have been shot down by American machine gun and rifle bullets. Black men and women have been put to torture. Theft, arson, and murder have been committed with impunity upon the people of Haiti by men wearing the uniform of the United States. Black men have been driven to retreat to the hills from slavery imposed upon them by the Americans and to resist the armed invaders with arsenals of ancient pistols, Spanish cutlasses, Napoleonic sabers, French carbines, and even flintlocks from the Haitian Revolution. The United States government, which has placed Haiti under martial law, does not want the people of the United States to know what is happening in Haiti. The property of Haitians has been taken for military use. Haitians carrying a gun were murdered on sight. Many Haitians not carrying guns were also murdered on sight. Machine guns have been fired into unarmed crowds. Officers in the U.S. Marine Corps say they thought the island should be cleaned out and that all Haitians should be shot. The entire Haitian adventure is a travesty upon humanity and a lasting disgrace to the United States Marine Corps. Now, take a look up on the screen. The racism of the U.S. Marines, most of whom were from the South of the United States, particularly Louisiana and Alabama, has been presented as a factor in the indiscriminate killings of niggers who pretend to speak French, in the words of a U.S. general. Now, I guess we could wrap it up right here. It's a topic that is near and dear to my heart, something that I'm never going to forgive. And every time I pay taxes to the U.S. government, I feel like a traitor to my ancestors. Now, anyways, man, it's your boy Neferkari Dessalines, back in the building, yes indeed. Like, share, subscribe, Cash App in the description. And I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in the ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Pay for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Monte Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money. money, I see you in court. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands, cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and get smack in their faces.